And he is, I mean, success of Sunil, they were both very quick to acknowledge that it is as much the credit of the other side, because the kind of pressure that you're able to put from both ends, so to say. So we're very fortunate that we have these two unique mystery bowlers who have already established a track record. I mean, Sunil Narayan has been with us for 10 years, and it's not easy for somebody to dominate a league for 10 years. And mystery spinner, people feel like you can figure them out at some point, but to his credit, he hasn't allowed people to figure him out. And getting big wickets like Virat Kohli, like AB de Villiers, Rohit Sharma, these are consistently doing that, means that shows his quality. And the same is true of Varun. I mean, it's in the short time that he has been, 2 seasons with us, donning the India cap and getting big wickets. I think, if I'm not wrong, his idol MS Dhoni, I think he's got him 3 times bowled. And so, we're very fortunate to have these two guys, and I think it'll continue to make a unique combination, and hopefully it'll go down in IPL history as one of the best combinations that one has had, and in partnership when they are at their best.
Absolutely. And there's been a lot of thinking that's gone into selecting the 4 players that have been retained, but of course a lot more thinking to come leading up to the mega auction in a few weeks' time. So let's look forward now. We have Talib Zariwala asking us a question, saying, what kind of leader is KKR looking forward to for the coming years? What will be the strategy behind choosing the next captain of KKR? Of course, we don't want to spill all the beans with regard to what a strategy is like, but whatever you could reveal, Abhishek.
Well, I think a simple answer: good leader, a great leader, someone who can, I think qualities that you look for in a leader is obviously understanding your Indian players well enough, understanding, being there, experienced, someone who understands how to handle the pressure, of an IPL game, someone who understands the responsibilities of being a leader. The last 4 years we've had a very young team, so having a leader who understood them. So I think a leader is all about understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the team, and someone who can get the best out of every individual, because it's a unique league where you've got a lot of Indian players and foreign players coming together. So I think a leader is about someone who can understand each one's strength and understand the franchise's heartbeat and take all that into consideration and always put the team first. I think very, very basic ones, but hopefully get someone who can win us the championship.
Venki sir, a question from Avijit Saha. A very interesting question. He talks about the fact that most sporting clubs, most franchises, or most traditional corporations, most of them operate with a certain philosophy, a certain way, a certain style. How would you describe the KKR style, the KKR philosophy? What is the KKR way?
That's an interesting question, and see, I think the way to answer this would really be based on how we've played cricket over the last 14 years, and I've been involved in it 11 of the 14 years, and so for me it is all about remaining competitive in every moment, and which means that no matter what happens, the KKR way is never to give up. And I think we have shown in 2 seasons, in 2014 in particular, and this season, that no matter what the table shows or what the win-loss situation is, until the last ball is bowled, the game is not over. So that's the KKR way, which is to scrap and to fight and be competitive, I feel. I don't think it is one which says that, hey, we are so flamboyant that we're going to, smash everything that comes in our sight, or we're going to roll over the opposition. No. See, the realization that is important, at least we all realizes this, is that, this whole auction, retention, all of this is designed to keep the league very competitive. And we may have learned a few tricks and tried a few tricks in the early stages, and we were ahead. And so we have to keep innovating. But everyone learns from it. And so if you look around, every team was extremely competitive. And every team was capable of lifting the trophy when the season started. But, 7 of the last 11 years that I've been involved in it, and we made the playoffs, which means that you are always in contention for the big trophy. And if you look at the top 3 teams who, from a win-loss perspective, I'm not talking from a trophy standpoint. I mean, trophy is, yes, Mumbai Indians 5, Chennai Super Kings 4, we are 2. But if you look at the win-loss ratio, someone sent me a little stat the other day that KKR has won 55% of its games over the last 11 years. Okay, so Mumbai Indians has won 58% of the games. CSK has won 60% of the games. The others, the fourth team drops below 50. So basically, what you're trying to do as a team, and it's a long answer to your difficult question, is what is the KKR way? The KKR way is to stay competitive and find ways in which you can, through the skill sets that you put on the field, through strategy, through preparation, and Abhishek and I, we were talking about what happens in the lead up to the game, and therefore the earlier question you asked about leadership. You can never put the onus on that one person. He's the captain who's going to come and make a big difference. Yes, it all adds up. But I think the support staff and the preparation that goes into it, the academy work that we do, everything is designed to incrementally be better and keep improving. And when you do that, you stay competitive and you get consistency with the results. So when you look back, you say, let's not dramatically try and change something because whatever we've been doing has worked. We have to keep looking at what is it that we can do slightly better, to raise that bar. What is it that we can do? So that's kind of how I would explain the KKR way of doing things. So we're a very scrappy type of team. We don't give up and we fight, and so that's what keeps us competitive.
And Venki sir, you spoke about the competitive spirit, the indomitable spirit, the never say die attitude, and we certainly exemplified that, in heaps during the recently concluded IPL after being absolutely down in the dumps. No one giving us even an iota of chance to coming back like a phoenix, in the second phase of the IPL. And as you rightly pointed out, that story being one of the greatest comebacks, in IPL history, perhaps even in sporting history. I'll conclude proceedings with probably the most difficult question, starting with you, Abhishek. Over the last 4 years, there have been lots of solid memories, lots of ups and downs, but definitely more highs than lows. Some of your favorite memories over the last 4 years, as it pertains to your relationship with KKR, everything that you've seen at KKR.
Well, I think I actually believe the best memories are memories which are not result oriented. So for me, every memory that I've shared with everyone in the dressing room, including Venki sir, off the field, the team dinners, the get-togethers, the movies we've made, the dances we've had, the songs we've sung. I think in the last 4 years, I think for me, those memories are irreplaceable and are always going to be special.
Thank you, sir.
I think Abhishek put it really well. If you think of results, there have been some massive highs and there are massive lows as well, which is the nature of sport. I can't forget, for example, when Andre Russell finished the game against RCB in Bangalore. I think we needed like 54 runs of 18 balls, and we won it with 5 balls to spare. So the game was done and dusted against us, but you win that, and so you have that high. For that matter, a game that we had completely won, but we made it exciting, and when Rahul hit that 6 of Ashwin to get us to the final, that will always remain etched in my mind in terms of just a high. But like Abhishek put it, the thing that I'm very proud of is that, as difficult as the decision was in terms of retention and the conversations with players and whatnot, we're very fortunate because we've been hearing stories about various other franchises, players, and whether they're coming into the auction or staying and things like that. Every single player that I had a conversation with wanted to stay with KKR. And people ask me, was it a really difficult decision, conversations that you had with players and negotiation? I said, no, actually it was a very easy conversation because they wanted the same thing we wanted. We wanted to keep them, they wanted to stay. So that's a great way to start. All other conversations are important, commercial and whatnot, and every single player. And I reached out to every one of them who we couldn't keep as well. And they all really would have loved to stay, but understood why we had to go in this particular direction, with the hope that, there could be a purple and gold uniform again that they'll have a chance to wear, and we have a chance to welcome them, hopefully. So that's something that means a lot to me. And so collectively, everything that everyone who's involved with this franchise has done to bring about that kind of a sentiment is something that's unique. I think it's unique to us. And when you actually experience that, it warms your heart and you feel really, really good about it. And say, you can look back and, a little pat in the back to say, hey, whatever we have done is, we're on the right track, and we'll keep going that way. So that's kind of how I would summarize it.
Thank you, sir. Abhishek, I couldn't agree more with your sentiment. I've been a part of the franchise for only one season, but I can definitely tell you hand on heart that it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful culture that I feel a part of. And as you said, everyone feels very welcome. It's like one, closely knit family, as cliched as that sounds. But you don't just do lip service to it. That's exactly what reality is like within the group. Thank you so much for sparing so much time for chatting with us, Venki sir, and Abhishek as well. Thank you so much for giving us your thoughts on the 4 retentions. Of course, a lot more work to do going into the mega auction, as well as going into the start of the 2022 season of the IPL. So I'm pretty sure you'll be having your thinking caps on for the next few weeks. Good luck with all the decision making. You have my support. You have the support of all the fans who've tuned in for this night live, as well as all fans who continue to support us across all our different social media platforms. Thanks once again on behalf of the KKR family, and we definitely look forward to many more nightlife sessions in the near future as well. Until then, take care and stay safe.
On a concluding note, I must just say big thanks to all our fans. Although the last 2 years have been crazy in terms of them not being able to come and watch us play live, and us not having the opportunity to play at Eden. Even this session, and the number of people who have tuned in and who are passionate enough to ask questions and express their disappointment at times also. All this means a lot, and it's huge for us to have that kind of support. So God willing, COVID willing, we'll be back in Eden Gardens in 2022 and hopefully be able to put a smile on everyone's face. Thank you again.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much, Venki sir. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Cheers.
Thank you, Anubhav. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
A big thank you to all our fans as well for having tuned us. If you haven't subscribed to our different platforms, then please do so right now. Thanks for all the questions that came in. And as I said, we eagerly look forward to your company.